Now, obviously, you know a little bit about my career. I'll briefly highlight some of that. I had the privilege of playing 9 years in the NFL. And the thing that I'm most proud of as far as my career is the fact that I survived 9 years. Look at me. I played at 5'10", 157 to 160 pounds. I was the smallest player in the NFL. They used to list me in the program at 185 because they didn't want the defense to know how small I really was. But I learned that if you play scared, you run a lot faster. And I played scared for 9 years. Some of the highlights of my career, I played with some great athletes. I was briefly in Cleveland, played with Kozar. I was in Dallas, 1989. Anybody remember how bad Dallas was in 1989? We were 1-15. I was like, this team is never going to win a Super Bowl. I'm out of here. I left and they won 3 Super Bowls. I was in Cleveland or Kansas City most of my career, and I finished Chiefs. I finished the Falcons. The highlight of my career, because I did not make it to a Super Bowl, was playing with Joe Montana. Just straight up. Joe Montana, the best quarterback to ever play. And this guy was a stud. But I got to be honest, it freaked me out when Joe joined our team, because I was a starting receiver. And the first huddle, I'm like a kid in the candy store. We get into the huddle, and Joe's giving me the play, and I'm like, that's Joe Montana. I couldn't get over that. And then I remember the first play was X hook, and I'm X. I'm like, I'm about to get a pass from Joe Montana. So I go up there and run a hook, and he hit me in the back of the head with the ball. And I was like, Joe, he goes, let me explain something. I don't wait for you to get open. I've already read the defense. I know where the hole is. I expect you to be there and be ready to catch the ball. So that changed my game instantly. You never want to stop improving yourself, improving your abilities in this business. Humility is a very important key or quality in this business, because once you start thinking you know everything, that's the beginning of your demise, right? That's why coming to an event like this, you're going to learn, you're going to learn, you're going to learn. Because one of our goals is what? To become effective teachers and leaders. And I got a quote for you I just heard the other day. A good teacher or leader is one who makes themselves progressively unnecessary. No one can stop you from doing this business. No one can stop you from accomplishing your goals. And when you have obstacles that come along the way, you just flick them off, because they'll never stop you from ultimately hitting the goal. Once again, impacting the lives of those we come in contact and building something special. I think what's exciting about this is the fact that we are empowered and we have this opportunity. You know, the rest is up to you. It's what you do with it. So when the season's over, you know, you sit down with your coach and he says, okay, what's your goal for the next year? What do you want to hit? And I said, well, I want to break Mel Renfro's record. I want to go 24.5. So he looks at me and goes, JJ, that's, you know, nobody's jumped 24.4 in 20 plus years. And long jumpers don't usually improve a whole foot in 1 year. And I said, but coach, I believe that's my potential. He says, okay, go for it. Now came the action. I had to go do something. I did a little bit of this, now it's time to back it up. I started training that summer right away, doing my running, doing my lifting, doing all the hills and all the training. The football season popped up. I went through the football season. Then the football season ended. Typically, you know, track athletes would take the winters, you know, off and rest, play basketball. Not me. I started training right away. Even though I knew the state meet wasn't for 6 or 7, 8, 9 months down the road, I knew what I started doing then, I would not see the results until later. That sound familiar? Yeah. Not until later. So, track season begins. Now it's time to put up or shut up. I start long jumping, 23.6, 23.8. 23.10. What's really cool about this, the training is starting to pay off because I'm starting to get the results. The results are happening. And the next effect is the belief system starts to really go up. 24.2. I go into the state meet. Let me tell you something. I knew I put in the action, I knew I got the results. My belief system was so high that when I was sitting on the runway for my first long jump, you know, as a long jumper, we used to do all these really cool things when we started. So I'm sitting there like this, and I barreled down the runway, I hit the board, I hung in the air, boom, I hit the landing, and the crowd goes, rah! They just roared. And when I went back, went back to the line, walked off, 24-8.